What's the latest on Zach Wilson? He's here in L.A. I'm thinking later of taking a boombox and standing outside his window, like, say anything. You tell me how he's doing, Tom.
It might be frowned upon at the hospital.
It might be.
Trying to focus in there. But, the surgery's happening. I don't even know where I am. I don't know what time zone I'm in. But it's happening right around now. Zach Wilson is getting the surgery. He's got it's a different type of an injury because it's his, lateral meniscus and then a bone bruise on top of it. And we've seen bone bruises be, really challenging because they're a little bit unpredictable. The Jets, after he suffered the injury, obviously it was a sigh of relief once they knew the ACL was intact, along with, as far as they know, the rest of the ligaments. But you still have a meniscus surgery that could go a couple of ways here. They're hopeful it's going to be, they say 2 to 4 weeks. Realistically, this type of surgery is at least 4 weeks. So, likelihood it's Joe Flacco September 11th against the Ravens regardless. But when you go in for meniscus trim, there's always the possibility you find additional damage, whether it's the ligaments or more meniscus damage or a different type of meniscus damage that requires a repair, which would be season ending as well. So they're optimistic going into it here. But, it depends what Neil Elitrash finds during the course of surgery to actually determine exactly what the course of action is from him.
Tom Pelissero here on the Rich Eisen Show. Seahawks Steelers preseason game, fascinating because you got two teams that are still to name their week one starter at the quarterback position. Walk me through what that game sussed out for anybody seeking a little bit more certainty for the Steelers and the Seahawks in that order, if you don't mind, at the quarterback spot. Tom.
Well, with the Steelers, they've had a legitimate three-way competition between Trubisky and Pickett and Mason Rudolph. The thinking going into this was that it was going to be Trubisky, that, if they had to play a game now, he would be the guy. But obviously Kenny Pickett's the first-round pick, and Mason Rudolph's been the one who's been the surprise through the course of training camp. So I would fully anticipate, and based on when I talked to Mike Tomlin a couple of weeks ago at Steelers camp, I think they're going to take, 2, if not 3 preseason games to sort that out. And then with the Seahawks, Geno Smith got the start in that game, but, I was at Seahawks camp last week, and I would be surprised, let's put it that way, if Drew Lock is not the starting quarterback of the team. Geno's the guy who's paid his dues. They love him in the locker room. He got a chance to play. He played pretty well last season when he got on the field. With Drew Lock, there's a little bit more upside. He's really focused on taking care of the football. He's got the athletic ability. He can get out and move. And he threw it really well the day I was there too. So they're going to, take their time on this one. I would think that, potentially Lock would get the second start or the start of the second preseason game here. But, it would be really surprising to me just kind of knowing the direction that they're going on a team that, by the way, Rich, I think everybody is, probably underestimating the Seahawks. You look at every power rankings, they're like 28 to 32. They're down there at the bottom. They got a lot of speed at receiver. They got a lot of speed in the secondary and at linebacker. I don't anticipate that they're going to be a bottom feeder this season at all. I wouldn't be surprised if they're contending, at least to make the playoffs, just like every other year with Pete Carroll all the way into December and January.